Welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host. Nice catch, Mott. Gary Vaynerchuk. Oh, that Vay was loud. That might have broke a speaker. Send us the bill. We'll take care of it. And this, my friends, is the Thunder Show, aka the internet's most passionate wine programming. And today we're talking about Petit Verdot, a grape that I absolutely adore, and I'm very excited about having this lineup on the show. 4 different Petit Verdot wines. Petit Verdot is a very interesting grape that is a grape that ripens much later than most of its counterparts, and that's the reason it kind of came out of favor in Bordeaux, where it made its original branding and statement as a main ingredient in classic Bordeaux wines, including even at nowadays, up to 10% in the classic Chateau Palmer, a grape that really found its place in Medoc and is still there. It's a wine that, at this point, is mainly used in blending purposes for, 3-4% to add big tannins and big color. However, we're seeing a resurgence of Petit Verdot, especially in the New World, as global warming thunders down on our country and our world and our Earth. Country, interesting. We will see Petit Verdot come and rise as a phoenix into the wine world. And so I just want to put this on video so I can get all the credit in 5 or 6 years, like on Time Magazine, like the man that predicted Petit Verdot. So I'm very excited about this. Petit Verdot predates Cabernet in Bordeaux, and so it is a really special grape varietal, and I get a lot of passion at it, and I'm really excited about it. I'm a big fan. And so we're going to start with the Patio del Vaca Petit Verdot Rosado, a rosé of Petit Verdot from Spain, very small producer. This wine rolls in at $9 US. So we're going to start with a rosé version of this grape first. So I'm excited about that. As you can see, a lot of darkness. And Mott, what is this called?
Big ass glass.
The big ass glass has made another appearance on the Thunder Show. We're always happy about that. And so you can see classic, really dark rosé color coming through. Let's give it a little bit of a sniffy sniff. I'm getting a lot of cherry coming through. Beautiful strawberry component as well. Almost like those strawberry candies that look like little strawberries, Matt? And then they got the green. It's kind of cool. So imagine melting down a lot of those in your microwave, along with maybe one of your favorite 1980s action figures, and that's what this smells like, because there's a little funk, maybe a little plastic funk coming through as well. Let's give it a whirl. This is a pretty rosé. Lots of tannins, acidity on the back end. Really vibrant strawberry flavors coming through. Little hints of green leaves, little hay action coming through as well, which I'm enjoying. But mainly, all in all, beautiful strawberries. Little funkiness on the finish, and actually a pretty poor finish. Really leaves you salivating for another glass of wine. So a little bit of a wine that kind of takes a funky whirl at the end. Did a good job. It's like, some of those boyfriend or girlfriends you've had through the years. First 3 months or so, pretty good, and kind of got funky in that end. So that's what I'm going to equate to it. A bad relationship. I'm going to score this wine This wine 75 points. It actually really lost me on the finish. A finish that really for me is unacceptable, a little hollow, no mid-palate. There's a lot of rosés out there that I think you'll enjoy a lot more, so maybe not that wine to start things off of, but let's see. A classic wine. Remember we had this in a blind tasting. I wonder if this was the vintage. Anyway, 2004 Petit Verdot, Murphy Good, $23 US from Alexander Valley. Really good producer of Petit Verdot. I picked it in a blind tasting of Wine Library TV, if you remember that, Mott. But I just don't know if it was this vintage. Let's give it a little bit of a rinsey rinse. And now, as we pour on the Thunder Show, it's Tuesday today, Mott. Sniffy sniff. Oh, this is beautiful. Really interesting chocolate-covered strawberries coming through. A hint of oregano, which I'm enjoying quite a bit. A little mushroom action coming through as well. Very heavy on the chocolate-covered cherries. Very heavy. Definitely some interesting oregano coming through as well. And little hints of vanilla. So the oak action is coming through a little bit. Let's give it a whirl. This is nice. This has a big, complex mouthfeel. Very rich. Great complexity. Lots of fruit. Intense fruit. Long finish. Good fruit. Really the kind of wine that I would love to have with a filet mignon or a very big steak. This is really dinner wine. This is good. This is showing a lot of age potential. These wines are heavy in tannins. I can honestly see Petit Verdot becoming very, very important in the next decade. It's going to take some time. But a grape that I think has big potential long term. A wine that is very juicy, very ripe fruit. Interesting wine. I like this. This has got great flavor, great Asian spice components on the mid palate. Little bit of venison, meaty gaminess that I like. I'm going to score this wine 90 points. I really like this wine. I think it's a very solid expression of what Petit Verdot can be in the New World. It's very California Cabernet-like in a lot of ways. There's a little too much oak for me in this, but this wine really, with a couple subtle changes, could be a massive winner. What we're going to next is another huge bottle, the Stonegate Reserve Petit Verdot 2003. This wine is $24 US. Only 204 cases produced of this monumental little effort. I mean, this is like some workout wine. So let's do some skull crushes. I mean, this is some serious stuff. Let's see what's going on. Great color. I mean, this is just absolutely, positively, you like that one, huh? Interesting color. Let's give it a little bit of a sniffy sniff. Very heavy on the plums on this wine, much more than almost any wine I've ever come across. Plums, blackberry, and dark cassis, a really interesting wine. Again, very fruit bomb, very intense, very rich, very explosive nose. I get a little bit of like a starburst strawberry flavor coming through as well. Very interesting. Let's give it a whirl. Heavy on the cherry juice coming through here, which is quite interesting. Luscious, dark black chocolate that I'm feeling. Again, really silky on the finish. A little too much for me. A little oak monster that's bothering me here a little bit. But all in all, polished, well-made, good style wine. A little bit less powerful and thought-provoking than the Murphy Good. So I'm going to score it 88 points. So for me, $24, maybe a pass. But if I saw it, I wouldn't hesitate to get it if I was really into Petit Verdot. All in all, big tannins. This wine will last for 5 to 10 years, as with the last wine, maybe more. So these wines could really maybe, clean themselves out, get rid of that baby fat, mature a little bit, and really be interesting wines. I'm telling you, Petit Verdots are acting a lot like Cabernets did a while ago before they've gotten really oaky. So there's some real interesting aspects about Petit Verdot in California. I think it's a very good place for Petit Verdot. I honestly think that Murphy Good and Stonegate are not the top producers in the state. And so I think some top producers with top vineyard managers and top winemakers could make classic wine out of the Petit Verdot grape that would last longer than even Cabernet. I'm just saying, man. And finally, Virginia's owned Paramount Petit Verdot from the Colucci Vineyards, 13.5 alcohol, 2006 vintage, $25 US. And let's see what's going on. I like that, 23, 24, and 25. I like how Virginia is the most expensive of the bunch. Go Virginia. Petit Verdot is making some impact in Virginia, also a little bit in Texas and in Washington State as well. Great color again. These wines are dark and serious. Funk. You smelled the Mott? I smelled it. Your nose is getting great, Mott. This has like a dusty, like cave meets pickles component. So imagine you're with the Scooby-Doo gang, and you're looking for and you're like zoinks, and then you drop the pickles, and it opens. So you've got the cave, the bats, the cobwebs, the dust, cellar floor, and the pickle aroma all up in your grill. That's what this tastes like. And I'm dead serious. Let's give it a whirl. Very green, oregano, again, making another appearance. Common flavor I'm tasting in Petit Verdot. Pickles, cucumbers, a little bit of Brussels sprout action going on here. A very green wine. I'm into green wines like Cab Francs and Loire Valley Bourgois and things of that nature, but this is a little too green even for me. I mean, this is Green Lantern. This is Green Arrow. This is just damn green. This is like that... This is like Mom's jersey she made for me when I was little. And if you flip this around, it says Gary number 5. That's how awesome Mom is. I love you, Mom. Anyway, it's that green. You can see that was green on green. And this is green on green. It's like white on white. It's Rick Ross. If you know what that means, hit me up. Anyway, a little too green for me. How many times did I say green in there, you think? To me, this is an 86 and a half point wine. Just a little awkward, a little funky. It's got good mouthfeel, it's got good structure, it's got good tannins. It lasts, but it definitely is a wine that is kind of meh. It's just too green, and ultimately a wine that I can't really get excited about. But Petit Verdot is on the rise. Petit Verdot is absolutely on the rise. Decanter Magazine recently wrote an article about it. Today's show, the wines didn't kill me. I think the Murphy Good did a really good job and might be worth seeking out. My concern is that Petit Verdots are expensive in the market right now for what they bring to the table. But hopefully things will change, and this is a grape that at least you will try. So today's question day is a 3-part question. Have you ever had Petit Verdot? And if you have, what's the best one? Or which one did you have? Because I'm sure you haven't had a lot. And part 3 is, and if you haven't, what are you waiting for? This is a clue to something really radical that's coming. Because you, with a little bit of me, we are changing the wine world, whether they like it or not.